I once worked with a team that followed every Agile process to the letter. Daily stand-ups, 2-week sprints, refinements, retros, Jira boards, updated daily. On paper, they looked like the model Agile team. But work dragged on, pull requests sat for days, handoffs between devs and testers were clunky. People were busy, but nothing felt smooth. And that's when it hit me. The problem wasn't their process, it was their flow. Today, I want to show you why your team might be stuck even if you're doing all the Agile things and how to shift from process-first Agile to team-first Agile. You see, Agile over time has become overloaded with ceremony. We inherit tools, we inherit rituals, we copy what other teams do, even when our context is different. Suddenly, we're doing retrospective stand-ups, sprint planning, not because they serve us, because that's what we think good Agile practice looks like. The result, we focus too much on following the process, we forget to look at people doing the work. The late Ruth Malin once wrote, "The structure of the system reflects the structure of the team that built it." And it works in reverse too. If our team is structured around friction, unclear ownership, dependency chains, overloaded people, our delivery flow will reflect that as well. So what does team-first flow actually mean? It means your delivery approach is built around the natural communication and collaboration patterns of your people, not rigid inherited workflows. This idea comes from Team Topologies by Matthew Skelton and Manuel Pace, a book that changed the way I think about Agile delivery. They argue that effective delivery doesn't come from optimizing process, it comes from designing teams for fast and safe change. This means clear boundaries, minimal dependencies, empower teams who own their slice of the product, and communication that happens naturally, not through Jira tickets and Slack pings. In my own experience, when teams are built around flow, you see shorter cycle times, less context switching, fewer blockers, and more trust. Here's 3 signs that your team might be stuck in the process-first thinking. Number 1, you spend more time in meetings than you do doing the work. Stand-ups, planning, check-ins, backlog grooming, demos. If half your sprint is consumed by ceremonies, ask, are these creating alignment or replacing real collaboration? Number 2, work moves through handoffs, not ownership. If your workflow looks like dev, test, security, deploy, with delays at each stage, that's process first. It's a factory line. Flow first teams own delivery end-to-end, not pass the parcel. Number 3, problems get escalated through process layers. If every decision requires a meeting, a sign-off, or a 3-person Slack chain, you're not flowing, you're managing governance, you're not delivering value. So let's look at how to shift to team-first flow. Some practical changes that you can make. Number 1, reduce external dependencies. Group work by changeability, not function. Instead of a team of front-end devs and separate QA group, create a cross-functional team that can own the feature end-to-end. Fewer handoffs equal faster feedback. Research by Foskeren et al. Found that elite teams had shorter lead times because they reduced the number of people needed to deliver value. Number 2, map the team's natural communication patterns. Ask your team, where does the flow break down? What feels clunky and repetitive? Use that feedback to adjust your ceremonies, not just to add more of them. Number 3, make the work visible, not just the process. Kanban boards are great, but the flow first team looks beyond ticket statuses. They visualize blockers, wait states, review bottlenecks, test coverage gaps. The point isn't just tracking tasks, it's surfacing friction. And finally, number 4, empower small decisions. Nothing kills flow like a decision gridlock. Flow first teams have clear ownership. I can ship this. I can say yes to this change. Create the safety for action, not a fear of escalation. So a personal story from me about this. I once took over a team that was burned out from process. They had 5 ceremonies a week. Their Jira workflow had 14 columns and everything took 2 sprints longer than it should have. I started by asking one question: where is the real work getting stuck? Within 2 weeks, we dropped 2 ceremonies, created shared ownership of testing, mapped out their unspoken blockers on the wall. Flow improved within the sprint, not because of the new tools, but because the team was finally at the center of the system. So here's the takeaway. Agile delivery isn't just about how many rituals you follow. It's about how easily your team can move from idea to value together. If your team feels stuck, don't start with another stand-up or a new workflow. Start by asking, where does our flow really begin and where does it really break down? And rebuild from there, team first. If this helped you think differently, I'd love it if you hit subscribe. Each week here at the Agile Edge, I share delivery coaching grounded in the messy, beautiful, real world of Agile teams. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.